Hey guys, MuleDog Gaming here with another Destiny Rise of Iron video, and today I want to go over the new stuff that has been revealed in the Game Informer article, like all the artifacts, the raid gear, and all the other cool stuff that we might find in Rise of Iron. So, as you see here, we have 4 of the 8 artifacts that were revealed. No, I think that's all there is. It's just like these 8 artifacts that you can get from this vendor, which I will explain more in another video. So, without further ado, I'm going to go over the Memory of Radagast. So, its description reads, described as the first among equals, Radagast the Titan was the Hing Arthur of the group, and strode into battle with a mighty sword in his hand. His artifact adds a new ability for sword-heavy weapons, letting you reflect energy-based projectiles, including everything from an ogre's blast to a crucible opponent's rocket. So that is amazing. That's kind of like being Genji from Overwatch. I don't really have Genji gameplay on my YouTube channel, but I will soon. So that's pretty cool. You can have or it can also be a lightsaber if you think about it a little harder. It could be like a lightsaber, it could be Genji when he uses his deflect ability, and I think that's pretty cool. That is really amazing. I really love to deflect some stuff in the Crucible, maybe in some PvE, when like an ogre blasts me or something, just like it says in the description. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of all these artifacts in the comments down below. Next off we have here is the Memory of Perun. And the field commander of the Iron Lords was a consummate strategist, and her situational awareness went beyond even fellow hunters. If you bear her artifact in the battle, then enemy guardians with full supers are highlighted yellow, and all enemies with low health are highlighted red for easy targeting. So that's useful in Crucible, obviously, and you could just basically see whether or not people have low health. You can go over there and finish them off, and you can see which people you should avoid since they have their supers. So that's going to be pretty helpful in Crucible, particularly in Iron Banner. So that's going to be pretty fun to use. Next off we have here is the Memory of Jolder, or Yolder, whatever you want to call him. I think it's pronounced Yolder. So, a particularly close companion of Saladin, Yolder was a mighty Titan champion who ran bravely into battle without a thought for her own safety. Her artifact bears an ability that many players have longed for since the game's launch. The ability to completely eliminate sprint cooldown, allowing your guardian to seasonally charge ahead. So that is really amazing. So, I'm not too sure. I haven't heard a lot of people say that you can have infinite sprint, but that could be somewhat helpful, but I don't think it's going to be that much helpful in like PvE or something like that. But it could be helpful in PvE and PvP, but we'll just have to see once we get our hands on all these artifacts and test them out for ourselves. Next up we have here is the Memory of Silumar. Silumar was proud, wrathful, and brilliant, and the architect of the Iron Temple that sits atop Felwinter Peak. He was a defense-oriented Titan, always looking for a way to offer better protection as such. His artifact provides a unique ward, the ability to dramatically reduce any damage inflicted through damage over time effects. It should be a welcome difference, especially since the infamous Thorn Handkin is returning to Year 3. So that is basically revealing 2 things: Memory of Silumar artifact and the return of the Thorn. So I know a lot of people hate the Thorn, but I don't know, since it's coming back, I think the damage over time thing on the Thorn will probably be the same as if it was still nerfed. So I wish I could look. I think a lot of people would look forward to this Year 3 Thorn, but I know a lot of people will be upset that this thing is returning because almost everyone used it in Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner and basically in regular Crucible. So that's kind of a nuisance that it's coming back, but maybe they'll do something that make it more balanced, like maybe reduce its damage over time effects or maybe increase it a little bit. But anyways, moving on to the next set of artifacts, we have the Memory of Felwinter. The great enigma of the Iron Lords, Felwinter was an Iron Lord with good intentions, but sometimes questionable and unusual ways of interacting with the light. The Warlock discovered the mountaintop retreat that would become the Iron Lord's home. His artifact offers the most dramatic gameplay modifier. Lose your super but gain an extra grenade and melee charge, a boost to all your stats and orbs recharge your grenade and melee abilities. So that's basically a pretty cool ability, but the price comes as your super. So you give up your super for all these extra buffs, and that could be useful in Iron Banana and Trials of Osiris. So actually, I think you may want to keep your super in Trials of Osiris, but I don't know. It could be good in regular Crucible and Iron Banana, but we still have yet to know once we test these out. So next off we have here is the Memory of Gillian, or Gillian, whatever you want to call him or her. The hunter named Gillian may have been a sullen pessimist, but few doubted his assessments of the situation on the ground, no matter how dire guardians that wield his artifact gain detailed radar at all times, and radar persists when aiming primary weapons. So I kind of just ran on with that sentence. I thought it was a whole sentence, but there was a period after dire. But anyways, but what this thing actually does is that your radar will be kept at all times, even when you aim down your primary weapon. So that's basically giving you a, I don't know, I don't think Might of Multi-Tool does it. Yeah, I think Might of Multi-Tool does it. I think it has that third eye perk, which keeps your radar when you aim down sights. So that's pretty cool. So aiming down your sights will keep your radar open. So that's kind of useful, but I don't think it's too much of a useful artifact. But there's a lot better ones that I've just described, and there's a really good one at the end right here, which is the Memory of Timur. But I'm going to go over the Memory of Scory first. So the Memory of Scory. If Radagast echoes the legends of Arthur, then Scory is Merlin. This legendary battle bard and warlock inspired her allies with songs and wisdom. Guardians who follow in her footsteps use her artifact to glow with an inspiring light that speeds up super recharge for all nearby allies. So that is pretty cool. So not only do you glow with an inspiring light, you also speed up super recharge for all nearby allies. So that's going to be super useful in Trials of Osiris. So make sure you guys stick together in a group. Well, except if it's heavy round, because you'll probably be blown to shreds once you get hit by like a rocket or something like Truth. But anyways, moving on to the final artifact, which is really cool and it's going to be very fun to use, called the Memory of Timur. Creepy and misunderstood, Timur's warlock powers and demeanor almost recall all those of controlling Necromancer. Guardians willing to flirt with Shadow can take up Timur's artifact and transform their melee attack, giving it a chance to turn low-powered minions of the darkness into allies. These enemy creatures fight at your side, turning their weapons on confused fellow aliens. Another melee a few seconds later puts them back in their right mind, or the effect expires after 30 seconds. So that is pretty cool. Everyone was thinking, will there be like a Necromancer-like subclass in Rise of Iron? But this isn't a subclass, this is an artifact. But that's going to be really fun to use, but it'll only work on low-powered minions of the darkness. Like, you can't, like if you're doing a Nightfall, you can't just melee a yellow barred enemy. It won't work. You just got to do like a low-leveled enemy. I don't think it'll work on a very high-level enemy in the raid, like a red bar enemy, level like, yeah, it's still level like 42 or 43, whichever difficulty the raid will be. But that's going to be pretty cool. But if you want to stop using the guy as an ally, or he's about to die, you can just melee him and finish him off, or you can just wait 30 seconds for it to wear off and just let him die or something like that. But anyways, so that's all the artifacts I wanted to go over, and they're actually really cool. I really love the Memory of Timur and a few others. So next off we have here is the new raid gear, Trials of Osiris gear, and an Iron Banner weapon. So Looking at the raid gear on the left, which is the black and red armor on the Guardians, on the left we have the Hunter, the middle we have the Warlock, and the right we have the Titan, which we've seen many times in numerous trailers. So, we already know the Titan armor looks really cool, but have we seen the Hunter and Warlock armor yet? And the answer is no. Well, not really. We may have seen it in like a short split second in like a trailer or something, but I don't think they even revealed all the raid armor yet. But this is the raid armor. The Hunter armor, the Warlock armor, and the Titan armor have all things in common. They're both like dark colored and like red glowing stuff on them. That is really cool. It kind of looks like their armor is made out of foam if you look closely. Like, you know how you use that foam stuff to make like cosplay armor pieces and all that other cool weapons and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I cannot wait to get my hands on the Warlock armor because you look like a freaking cat. You look like a robot cat. That's what the helmet looks like. You got like the cat ears, and yeah, basically look like a cat Warlock. So that's pretty cool. On the right here, we see the Trials of Osiris armor. We have the Titan, Hunter, and Warlock armor. Now, their helmets, the Titan, Hunter, Warlock helmets, they all look like Egyptian, like, people. You know, in the weird masks and stuff. But other than that, the armor looks really cool. Even the helmets. So, the Warlock has, like, a glowing aqua color out of his front side of the helmet. Kind of the same thing with the Titan and the Hunter, but they don't have much of glowing stuff. But the Hunter armor kind of looks the same as year 2, but I think a few little different details were added into this piece of armor. Warlock armor looks amazing, but the boots sort of look the same, like the cowboyish style boots. But the chest piece looks really amazing. I kind of like it, but I can't zoom in on this picture. So actually, I can zoom in on this picture. So Warlock armor looks pretty cool. Shoulder pads look pretty cool. They're all like bent and stuff. That's really cool. And the Titan armor. So here we have the big bulky Titan yet again coming back in year 3. So we got the big bulky helmet, the big bulky chest piece and shoulder pads, the big bulky leggings, and the big bulky everything. Everything on the Titan is big and bulky like normal. So, and last but not least, we have a Iron Banner weapon. If I can zoom in on here. So I'll zoom in the video as well. So this auto rifle teases out what players can expect from the renewed Iron Banner rewards. So I have no clue whether or not this thing is exotic or not. It could most likely be exotic. It could be 99.9% exotic. So this could be the first ever exotic reward that we can get exclusively from Iron Banana. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's got like this red dot sight. It's like, it looks handmade. It's got like handmade like red dot sight, mag. The whole thing looks handmade and all beaten down and all that. But it still looks really amazing to use in like maybe PvE and PvP. It'd be cool. Wouldn't it be cool if it had elemental damage like the Xylos Supercell? That would be pretty cool. But I think this thing would fit with solar damage. I don't know. If it did have elemental damage, I think it would fit good with solar damage. So let me know what you guys think of all this stuff in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and share the video. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you later with more Destiny Rise of Iron videos to come.